Hey there, Paul here. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Paul Milan. I'm a doctoral candidate at the University of Michigan Flint. I have three brands that are in different stages of growth, all making revenue. And about a year ago, I found myself forced into entrepreneurship. And at the time, I recognized that artificial intelligence isn't just another pressing trend, right? It's a fundamental shift, really, in the way that businesses do business. And I decided at that time that I need to open some doors for myself and really start to dig in and provide value to organizations and individuals and entrepreneurs alike through the process of implementing AI and digitizing a business, which is in my 15-year professional career at Fortune 500, it's really how I put the feather in my cap, right? So today I want to talk to you guys about something that I found really interesting and was just made aware of, although it was published on the 10th of February, the Anthropic Economic Index. And so here's what it is and why does it matter, right? So it's a new economic index that provides revealing insight, right, into a snapshot of how AI quietly and rapidly really works its way into everyday business tasks. So think of it like an insider guide really into which roles, projects, and processes are being transformed, by AI's capabilities. So if you're ever holding off on something, uh, especially on AI, well, this is kind of a wake up call, right? Integrating AI isn't an option; it's imperative, and for staying relevant in business, and more imperative for staying competitive. So here's what I find interesting. Here are the different percentages of functions or industries that use uh, Anthropic, or Anthropic has cataloged their use of AI and with an Anthropic system, right? And you can see we're all behind. Look at the valuation of organizations today, like Icon.me, where there's 8 people that are making millions of dollars monthly now, and you'll see that their infrastructure has to be built with AI and smart digitally. And what this tells me is that a lot of these business functions and industries are still just scratching the surface, right? And that's scary. That's a scary thing. So where do we take it? So um, basically, contrary to the popular narratives, AI is not a uh, human dethroner, right? It's not the next king. It's not going to take over humanity tomorrow. And here's the interesting thing about how it's all being used. Essentially, over half of the current usage is augmentation, right? And that's where people remain in control and still have the leverage of AI, and we're using it for faster and smarter execution. And then the rest is really how two of my businesses strive, one providing automations to the government, the other one providing automations to small, medium, and enterprise level organizations. You can see that in the automation, it is perfect for repetitive tasks, right? And if you're worried about these robots taking your job, well, understand that they're more likely freeing you from the monotony of work, right? So you can focus on innovation and leadership. And then here, the interesting, even more interesting thing, right? You have your augmentation here, augmentation of tasks versus automation of tasks. Um, of course, they give caveats, right? It's based on their research. It's based on usage of the Claude application itself, or the Claude web app. But really, guys, I think this is huge. I want to give you guys a warning, really, for those that are not on board. Um, Refusing to integrate AI is a little bit like ignoring an email back in the 2000s, right? It's self-defeating. Early adopters are already reaping these rewards and racing ahead of the market. So uh, don't worry about having to explain to your stakeholders how this is transformative, possibly the most transformative technology of our time, and how we need to think about doing our businesses differently. So, how would I talk to a leader about AI implementation? Well, if it's a leader or a boss, you just got to highlight strategic wins. Show them information like this and make the use case that you can create competitive advantage by integrating simple automations and augmentation tasks on a daily basis, right? Uh, you'll get faster turnaround, argue for tangible cost savings, and if you're in marketing, think about forward brand positioning and how much you can use um, the content that's generated from quality automations and AI to better your business and better position the brand. And then how do you talk to to your team? It's about positioning AI as an augmenter, a supportive teammate, rather than a threat, right? The more that we humanize the traits of AI, the more scared we get of it because we believe in some form of sentience, and that's not necessarily the right approach. Instead, we need to be emphasizing how automation and artificial intelligence really right now are task oriented, and they free up the low level tasks for us to focus on things that are more meaningful and actually more creative, right? Flex our brain power a little bit. And then finally, as an independent business owner, a small business owner, I think it's important to talk to yourself about AI. Identify where your workflows are getting bogged down and where you're doing repetitive duties. Find the spot where you are getting the best ROI and making that handshake with folks. And really, it's about asking, can AI do this, and does this align with my skill set? And so, really, from an academic standpoint now, AI does represent something very crucial. It represents a massive inflection point that is reminiscent of past industrial revolutions, right? Except the pace of this disruption is exponentially faster. Organizations that successfully integrate AI into their core strategy are securing right now a robust competitive advantage that we can't ignore. And honestly, those that ignore this risk are just shortfall in efficiency, but their potential for long-term obsolescence is real. So that's a lot, but I hope I summed it up for you well enough here in this article, what it's all about. And really, I wanted to leave you with a final thought. If you're still debating whether or not AI is worth your time, I think you're asking the wrong question. It's less about whether you should embrace AI and more about how quickly you can incorporate it. And really, the good news is you don't have to solve it alone, right? Start small, seek expert guidance. There's plenty of platforms with plenty of people that are gurus or claim to be gurus, right, that are out there providing their insights. Take it all with a grain of salt and understand that the more you know about these tools, the better you'll be able to use these tools. And finally, I want to see us forge ahead together, right? And not be left behind in the AI dust. I'll continue to share some of my experiences and hope you all have a great day. Peace.